game.
That's a good start. I was reading the chat. Hello to Wesley Grady, V for Vitty, Mark B, Gav, Hectic Jojo, Andy Burbridge, and Florian, and Ian Bradley, and Hectic. I've said Hectic Jojo already. Florian, yes, it has been a while since we've seen you on here. And I got a slightly better night's sleep, but still not great. What do you get with this thing? Journeys. Do you get journeys? Yes, you do. Look at that. I've even done some of them. Let's have a look. Alrighty, there's an introduction which has got 2 things in it. Surprisingly, I've done them. Yes. This one feels like it's half done. 165's okay. We've got the Henley branch with a scenario that I have not played and a bunch of services. Looks like 6. Yep. And that's about as long as they take. The Windsor branch, we can go and visit the Royale family. And we've got about, looks like 6 services and 2 scenarios. So these ones sound at least imaginative. So there's a royal wedding at the castle and you're going to do a busy shuttle service. There you go. And a rescue where you're going to jump on a 165 at Slough and drag out the big skull drag to get one out of there. Okay. And the Marlow branch. This is a branch and a branch on the branch because you get both. There's Marlow, that bit, and there's that bit. Maidenhead to Bourne End. And there's a couple of services, a couple of scenarios rather. So there's after enjoying your lunch break by the River Thames, it's time to get back to work. We'll do that maybe. And there's Divide and Conquer, which I've already done. Now, this one's quite good as it shows you how to run through the token system and the staff system, should you choose to use them. You're not forced to. Right. Let's have a look at what else you get. What do you get? I don't know. Anyway, a route. That's right. Well, not one. Not one. No, you get steak knives. There's 3 little ones. Yes, tiny. We've already gone through all the scenarios, so we won't do those again. And we'll stay in the route this time instead of jumping out of it like an idiot. So if we have a look in the TIM table, the Class 165 GWR does come with it. This one does not. So this is from Great Western Express, if you have it, the remaster. And this one's from West Cornwall Local, the 37/5. Layers-wise, there's Henley branch, Windsor branch, no great surprise there. Thames Valley Flyer Rail Tour. Should find that one, actually, because that's the 37. I think you go on all of them. There's the HST, which, you know, it's just hanging around. You don't really see it anywhere. There's the Networker, which is what you drive. There's the Class 70 that hasn't come out yet. So if you needed an extra push that the Class 70 is coming out, there it is. And there's a Class 20 that just sits there going like they do. And there's an imaginatively named Static Layer 2. No idea what that does. Anyway, that's fine. Let's get into a Class 165, shall we? We'll drive each of the routes, and then maybe we'll try out one of the scenarios. So, it's a bit early. Let's do Windsor and Eton Central to Slough. We'll start with this one. This is one of the smaller ones. It's only the one station. So you're down at Castleficus, and you're going out to Slough. Normally you'd want to go the other way because it's Slough, but that's okay. Bit of clouds, bit of wind. Nah, no fog. Fog's mean for a new route. There is driver and conductor mode. I haven't actually tried conductor mode yet, but I assume it works as well as it doesn't on the Great Western Express. And of course, I'm a devil who's going to whack Gav with a walking stick. What else have we got? Lord Vectron's turned up. Cat. Hello, Cat. Andy Ladd's in as well. Loco Poco 70. Better get this going. Hectic Treasures, hope you're doing well. Looking forward to this evening's stream. It is a bit of a fun thing, I have to say. It's not long, but it's fun. And what do girls always say? Size doesn't matter. They don't actually mean that, though. You know that. Right, there we go. Let's turn on some headlights. That way. Yep, that way. And some safety systems. There's a trick to the safety systems because there's another one behind you. There we go. Acknowledge that. We're at a 165. We're loading up people, so I think we're pretty much set to go on this one. Hang on, one more. We're pretty much set to go, so let's have a look around Windsor and Eton Central. Now, in standard fashion, or the young man named Johannes, there's holes in the place. Oh, there's things to collect too, like crowns. And of course, this is, I'm tipping, this guy runs Bang Bus, right? And he's trying to convince these two girls to join him. Because he's just going, let me just show you how you'd look. See, if I just hold it up here, I can just get your framing in. It'll look really good. You look fantastic on camera, girls. See? That's how he operates. Then there's this bloke here who's got a sore thumb. Because, you know, he's going, why does my thumb hurt? Well, you shouldn't have jammed it in something, mate. And we can head around here and go into a hole. Yep. And we can go through here, under here. Oh, I can't get under there this time. Okay. But, you know, this is Johannes type scenery. So if you go out of the beaten path, you'll fall down holes. That's okay. That's fine. Can I get back in there, though? I think I can. Whee, more hole. I haven't been in this part of the hole. Ooh. Got thrown up in the air. Got thrown up in the air again. Okay, well, we can go back to the train then. There is, as you might expect, a giant bloody castle. It's kind of important, really. Who would have thought the royal family would live under a flight path? Go figure. But anyway. Oh, and over here, there's a thing. Is that a police van? Probably coming to get me. Something about calling Slough a hole. There we go. Look at them. They're all on their phones. We've all got them out just waiting. There's a merry-go-roundy thingy and there's a slidey thingy, but everybody's just standing around, so it's clearly not actually open yet. I wanted to come over here and slide down the slide, but I don't think you can. He's come here to drop off the ransom money. Which one's here to collect the ransom money, do you reckon? Well, it's got to be this guy. He looks shifty, doesn't he? He's walking through like that. Anyway, let's go back to our train, because it's time to go. I shall talk to people some more in a moment. Because we'd better drive. What's our speed? 15. There's a lot of slow speed running on the route. There we go, brakes are coming off. We are starting to move. Very good, yay. Okay, it's good. Announcements. Gav's been getting more grey hair. Excellent. Hectic says, hope you're doing well. Looking forward to this evening's stream. So am I, kinda. I'm very tired, but, you know, I'm happy about this route, so it'll be fine. And Mark says, Charlie and Camilla, NPCs. I didn't think that was that ugly. Ryan Trackside says, hey TSD, honestly should be asleep. I thought I'd say hi and got my days mixed up and thought this releases a Thursday. No, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow. Unless, of course, I've got my days mixed up, in which case Alex is going, what the hell's he doing streaming? What date is it? It's the 20th. No, it's fine. It's tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Speeds. Can't go fast. Not allowed. Ooh, we can go fast now. Woohoo. We're getting a great viaduct shot here. It is quite heavily detailed. There's lots of stuff. Is this the first time we've seen moving trucks, by the way? We've got pink buses. And there's trucks. Then there's little tiny streets. You should see them do corners. It's funny. And sewer pipes. Don't forget sewer pipes. He's a monster. And if we just pause here a moment. We might, there's lots of people wandering around. The speedboat's parked at the moment. But we might get lucky to see a boat. Oh, there's one. There is one. There's one coming, look. Hey, does it stop like cars do if you get in front of it? I need to know. No, that tells me it's actually a train. There you go. There's a speedy boat. Right, let's get out of here. Conductor's gone. What's the idiot doing? He always stops and looks at the bloody boats. And away we go. Hectic Jojo says, does the 37.5 do those rail tours? I believe so. I haven't done that yet. Lord Vectron says, what do you mean you don't own the Class 70? Just because you're in beta and you've already got it, you smarty. Train Views UK, hello. Denodon123, definitely keen for these. Quite fond of the networkers, and many evenings like tonight after work I want to drive a train but can't be bothered committing the time to do a run on the bigger routes. Well, this could well be the DLC for you then, because there's lots of little shorties. The Marlow branch is probably the only one I would consider long enough. Oh, birds flying away. You get used to them. I did kind of question why we needed them, but now they're here, we need them. Benjamin, hello. B for Fitty says, too late. Oh, no, you're here, mate. Ian says, my chat always seems to freeze. Well, it wouldn't work for me at all yesterday. It turned out I had to clear my browser case. Something had gotten confused. 50 miles now as we head for Slough. You will discover AWS ramps go off for reasons that seem completely unfathomable, but I have checked the rulebook. They actually do it. Oh, there's another new thing. Here it is. You can perv into people's houses. Look at this. There's little rooms inside. There's no bedrooms though, there's only lounge rooms. So you can't get a lot of perving in. 1.5 miles out of Slough, we're almost there. Gav says, lols for Bang Bus. Good grief from Cat. How do you even know what Bang Bus is, Cat? Andy Led laughs. Hectic Jojo says, Bang Pacer TM. Now there's a way to do it. That bounces all by itself, so when this pacer's a rockin', don't bother knocking. Andy Led's Bang Bus, says Gav. Hectic Jojo says, Doctor, my thumb hurts when I do this. Yes. Wesley says, Rich will be live tonight on Thames Valley. Probably, mate. Probably. I would think so. You might see Hentus during the day, perhaps. There's probably 1,000 premieres going up right now. Well, it's a little bit of an excessive number, but a few. Let's start slowing down for our entry to Slough. Ian says, we're walking in the air. Gab says it's a UK ambulance. There you go. It's not a police van. They're not coming for me then. Hectic Jojo says tomorrow 7 PM local time in real life. Ryan Trucksire says dang well better go pick up an Xbox gift card to get the route. That's one way to pay for them. It is what is it, £14.99 I think, €17.99, €17.99 US dollars. And it'll be about 25 would be my guess for the Aussies. 25, 26. Exchange rate's pretty good at the moment to the pound. The exchange rate will be terrible 2 weeks from now when I'm there, but right now it's okay. Yes, please take all your belongings with you because the people of Slough will take them for you if you don't. There's a 66. Now you do have to watch that you're not going too quickly. That'll do fine. That first one's going to be okay, but the second one's a bastard. And that, by the way, not a signal. Oh no, that one is. Sorry, I lied. I'll show you another one shortly that's not a signal. In we go. Gab says there are rowing ones too. Yes, I believe so. Here's another new addition, I believe. I don't think we've seen this on a route before. We have a flange oiler. The only thing is, I think the oiling bit of it is actually on the wrong side. It should be on the inside of the track, because you want to oil the flange, not the outside of the wheel. But anyway, that's okay. That's fine. Carter Asher, will this be on Xbox One? Not a chance, young fella. Get a real Xbox. Trains pretending to be boats beats an AI pretending to be a train. It's true. Gav says, dear passengers, sorry your driver has gone wandering off to watch boats. Yes, I do that. There's that Class 20 sitting over there. So we've been highly privileged. We have got a 66, one of them, apparently, and a 20. And it actually looks like it's revving. So I have to wonder what notch that's in. But anyway. Oh, I've got these things turned on again because we've been running scenarios. Don't you hate the way scenarios turn on all the markers? It's like, I don't want any of them. Welcome to Slough, which is a very pretty station that completely belies the area. How do I know this? I've been here. We might get away with 10, but let me just knock a little bit off. Should get away with 10. And we'll stop up here. We should do it Denture to go style and get it just right. Look at that. Yes, it will. And we may as well shut it down because we could just run it again and go return to free roam, but, you know, we won't. We do have to wait to shut the doors, though. It's just a little while. Mere moments. We will return to free roam and go for a walk around Slough so you can have a look. Hectic Jojo says, looks good. What kind of jobs would a 70 get? I bet you it just sits here. It might get RHTTs, I suppose, but my bet is it just sits somewhere. Going whoop, 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 whoop. Bob's Modelling Mayhem says, good morning, everyone. Hope you're well. Figured out this your help with the switcher. It's the PCS after safety systems were mentioned. PCS gets tripped every time I couple up to anything. Cut your brakes in and release them before you couple. All right, let's return to free roam and go for a walk around this little station. We shall leave. Did I take the Mustic here? We shall leave. Oh yeah, you get an off-sider, but they stay at the other end of the train when you change ends. Let's go for little walkies. So you can route hop to Great Western Express, but you can't route hop back from Great Western Express at this time. That will probably come with a upcoming patch, I imagine. Hello. What do you think of it? It's a whole lot of Euros wrappers. I'm looking for collectibles. I don't remember if there are any on Slough. Let's go up here. Does it work? People want to know. No, you can't even get near it. Wow. It's not accessible. Down here then. Must be collectibles here somewhere. This big pretty station. It's nicely modelled. It's a little clean, I think, from my memory of Slough, but it's nicely modelled. Ah, let's see a croon. Let's go get it. So there's croons on their sides. You get to turn them up so they become crowns again. There's another one. And there's someone doing the felony. See, cops look for things like that and they go, I know what you're doing wrong. Beancraft, apparently. Crafty beans. Is there a route map on here? No. I'm not finding a lot of collectibles in Slough. I haven't even found a donkey. Not even a donkey. Ooh. Ores. I didn't even know about the ore collectible. Actually, I must have, because that's the second one. But I didn't include them in my thing. Here we go. There's little dead donkeys around the place, and you can bring them back to life by giving them a kiss of life. Surely that's what you want to do. There's also route maps. But I don't see anything else hanging around here. Oh, hang on. There's another croon. There we go. Alright. Well, the train's buggered off already. I was going to drive it back, but I took too long. Never mind. So returning to free roam is quite okay for drivability a lot of the time. So let's go and find one of the others. Yes, the map is a collectible. Benjamin says denture attack is the most fun you can have with your clothes on. Really? Yes, there's a shed. Hectic says expecting to be 35. 25 to 30 is better. Yeah, it should be about 25, I think, the exchange rate the way it is. All right, to the trains. Choose a route. Thames Branch and Tim Table, and we'll do the other short one, and then we'll... Actually, let's see what this does. There you go. It does look like there's a rail tour for each one, because you go to Maidenhead to Maidenhead via Bourne End. We might have to do one of those, I think, but not right now. We'll run the networker again, and we will do the other short one. So we've done Slough to Windsor and Eton Central, so let's do Henley-on-Thames to Twyford. And we'll leave dynamic weather on because we're brave and somewhat stupid. Harry will be happy for her 66. Probably. Andy Ladd says still much on the fence for this deal, so myself don't normally buy short routes, but a few things do look interesting. It's certainly interesting. I'll be open and say I'm not quite sure how much playability there is in the thing after you've done it 14,000 times. But, you know, it's fun. And if you like little shorties, it's probably okay. Who have we got? Hello? Shouldn't you be going out the back and checking the tickets? Oh, I see you're on strike. Right, so that would be a novelty for you then. Did you also know that your hair actually cuts into your shoulder there? That must hurt. Strong hair. Very strong hair. Alright. Wait until 6:37. People get out before the other ones get in, which is interesting. Ooh, there's collectibles. Let's put this back in neutral. Excuse me, love. Just got to wander through. You don't mind, do you? Is that a route map? That's a route map. Boop. So there are the routes. Now, I'd love it if this piece existed. This little bit of GWE would be grouse, because you could go and ride another train from one's pop to the other, and you could go, I'll drive this one, and then I'll ride to here and drive this one, and then I'll come back, and then I'll ride here and drive this one. That would be so much fun, but no, you can't do that. That's okay. Wars! Route map. Croon. No donkey, though. Ew. Must be a donkey around somewhere. There he is. Hey, donkey. Alright. Oh, there's another crown. They're everywhere, man. Can we go out here? I don't know if we can't go out here if I'm just stuck on him. Because I can't go that way either. Right, there we go. That answers that question. You'll see lots of people wanderingly aimlessly in their suits. We're probably supposed to go now. Can't go that way. Better get in before the crude. You let me past, thank you. Walk through the networker. Hello, hello, hello. Lighting's a bit funny on some of them. Morning, hello. It's Captain Picard. Right. Shut your door, love. Don't want to? Alright, do it for you. Okay. Forwards would be better, wouldn't it? Alright. Let's do this. Let's get the flock. We're already late. Oh no. Bugger. Off we go. There's a question there somewhere. Gav says Harry will be happy for the 66. Hectic says if the one shed is there, then the DRS one could also spawn. I guess so. Here we go. We've just gone green up the other end there. Hectic says, do the windows in this 165 open? No, I don't believe they do. Maybe the other one. Gab says, I think the 70 was engineering works. Ah. Gab's, we've done that one. There's Matt, the donkey. Evanescence, the donkey. Evanescence? Why is it Evanescence, the donkey? Alright, full bore, 50 miles an hour. Top speed allowed, 90, can't get there. No. Do Pringles count as breakfast? Well, anything is part of this complete breakfast if you've believed the advertising that's been on TV since about 1955. Doesn't matter what it is, it's part of this complete breakfast. Yep. Gav says, my breakfast, lunch and dinner is a carrot scone. Well, it could be worse. Sounds quite nice, actually. Andy says, what happens if you board one of the services that will run on the main line from, say, Slough? You get kicked off and you cannot even interact with it. Well, you know, I hadn't even thought to try that. You know what we're doing when we get to the end of this line, don't you? We're going to get on a service and see what happens. I wonder if the track's even there. Hectic says, I had Easy Mac because I'm lazy and couldn't be fucked going to the store. I had a very nice steak that the other half prepared. She did an awesome job of cooking it. Nice steak, nice bit of salad. It was very nice. Nice tasty bit of steak, cooked on the barbecue. Had the leftover charcoal flavour from last night's hamburgers, so went well. Here we have a wobbleu. Wobbleu. Do you know, if this was the other train game I was playing the other day, Train 45, her boobs would bounce up and down in time to the train, but this isn't that game, so they don't. I just thought I'd say that. Trees drop-ins completely solved? No. It's all good. Yep. There's a hole in that bridge. It closed up as we got close. It's interesting. Hectic says, is the track there that might be updated like Leven Link on Fife? We'll find out. We'll go for a walk. If we can't get on a train, we'll go for a walk. We'll see how far we can get. It'll be fine. Oh, we're supposed to stop here, aren't we? Oh, when did you break? It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll just have a look around the station. We'll just pretend that braking is quite normal. We'd better come out and collect the collectibles here too, I suppose. But let's get the doors open.
Platform 1 for the 0641 Great Western Railway service to Twyford, calling at Wargrave and Twyford.
There they go. They very politely wait for everyone to get off before they go in. Oops. Just gonna barge through. Be alright. Crown. Oh, can't get there though. Uh-oh. Can I go around this way? Oh, yes, saved. Is that a floating house? That's a floating house, that is. There's a few floaty assets around the place here and there. Always amazing. Route map. Don't know what that is. Stop and wait for white light. Whistle before proceeding. That's the other way though. Train's there, man. Alright. Hello. Hi. You're just going to stand in the doorway and block everyone else from the shelter. You're naughty. Alright, we better get out of here, I suppose. This will get really weird really fast. Yep. What if I stand up? Whoop. Hello? Just think of the gags you could play with that. And not going there. Johannes said the windows do open in his 165. What? No. No. You do not. Maybe the other one's his. Because this one doesn't. Maybe the other one's his 165. We'll give it a crack. Alright, let's get out of here. Whee! Any Gretas? Gretas! I forgot it doesn't like doing that. Let's give it a little bit of power. I'll be happy then. Oh, I know why. Because I'm an idiot. Right, here we go. Grumpy Englishman's breakfast is a gin and tonic. Hectic Jojo says you need to wake them up. The windows do open in the cab windows. Yeah, these do. These ones open. I don't think inside. Gaming Newbie, has Tadami Line released yet? No. It is coming before TSW 7. I'm kind of hoping that we have it before the end of this month, because otherwise I'm going to be sad, because I'm going to be in the UK when it comes out, and that's going to be annoying. I'll have to bloody beg someone to let me play it somewhere. Hectic Jojo says shenanigans. Shenanigans with her. Oh, gratuitous bridge shot. Let's get on it. Right. This is probably one of the least creative rivers he's done, to be honest. The others look pretty good. I'm sorry I showed you that one. Not really. You deserve the truth. The whole truth. And nothing but the truth. Look at Mr. Shonky here, followed by Tintin. Power on. To Wargrave. Angus says, I'm Googling Train 45. I will have a premiere of Train 45 coming up while I'm away. But it's Train 45 without the juicy bits, I'm afraid, because I can't put those on YouTube. Even then, I still made it 18 plus because of the insinuations of juicy bits. Let's just gently brake a little. DMUs are allowed at 30 on the bridge. Everybody else must do 10. It's the giant Thames Bridge here. There we go. And we'll put that on Steam just to annoy people. How can he be doing that? We're coming up to Wargrave. I have nothing funny to say about Wargrave. Nothing at all. Not a thing. There's a lot of people here. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, now. Oh, maybe not that much braking. Wargrave. I think Kat needs to change her password. I'll do you a favour. I'll delete that, but I reckon you might need to change your password, because I didn't see that for a little while. So it's been right there. What was Kat logging into? Naughty cat. Off we go to Twyford. Grumpy Englishman says it already looks pretty meh. It looks like a Johannes route. What would you expect? They have, I have to say, used my most hated asset in the game, but it's actually still three-dimensional here, so I don't mind it. Normally they've crushed the shit out of this and made it flat. So off we go to Twyford, home of the Twiffs. Benjamin says Tadami Line is a myth. Ryan's off to bed. Hands off, matey. And he says, don't think any of the Great Western Main Line. It's not. Yeah, is it? Yes, Great West Main. Yeah, Great Western Main Line. That's it. Yes, Great Western Main Line. That is the one. That's the right one. Yes, I had to think about that. Ooh, do those power lines curve? Do you know? That is some clever engineering right there. Power lines that go in curves. Oh, I love it. Yes. Nothing like a bit of impossible to fuel your day. It's all good. Andy says, just to rob a PC at DTG Towers or go to Richie's and do it at their house if it releases while you're away. I may have to, you know. I was thinking of taking my Steam Deck, but I have organised to buy some TS controllers hardware, which I'm going to need the weight for. So I probably won't take the Steam Deck now. Quite looking forward to those, but it's 5 kilos of stuff. In boxes. Hectic Jojo says, sneaking out of Chatham with Matt's PC. Matt actually lives in Gillingham, not Chatham. He said that before. In the interest of showing you wonky things, here's a wonky thing. There you go, now you've seen it. Can't say I didn't tell you. 10's up next, as we roll into Twyford. Bob says, did the Class 143 pacer ever work on these branches? I don't know, Bob, but it certainly will if you put it here. So you can do that if you want to. Andy says, can just imagine it, Jojo. Gab says, must have been a naughty site. Maybe. Maybe it's Bang Bus. Benjamin says, Grumpy Englishman username checks out. Lord Vectron says, I don't think there isn't a route Grumpy isn't sour on. This is very, very true. That's you. You're the on-train crew. It's quite a gradient to get up here. Andy Burbridge says, don't think 143s make it east of Bristol. So cut them down to size and just drive a 43. Just a power car, nothing else. This is quite the hillock, really. This certainly didn't live up to Mr. Great Western standards. Some politician just went, just put it over there. Next bridge, please. Nah, it's a boring bridge. Let's watch from the outside. As we roll into the platform. Drummy says, morning, hello to you. Hectic Jojo says, I think this ends up at $25 to $30 price point. I see nothing bad here. I think people who like little short runs will probably enjoy it. But like I said, I don't think there's a lot of long-term playability into it. It's a bit like Running Line. You know, that game everybody said, oh, it'll kill Train Sim World. Really? Is anyone still playing it? Oh, I think you've probably run out of it by now, surely. It's ridiculous how hard I'm working just to get this last little bit. That's okay. I didn't actually see any speed grids at the entry to this platform, did you guys? No. Oh, there they are. Yes, they are here. Twyford. Doors open on the right. Twyford. Andy says you'll also have to pay an import tax when you take those controllers back to Oz. No. We don't do things like that. If you bring back something really expensive, you do, but little stuff, no. They don't really care. Right. I think we need to explore Twyford. And maybe we should get this one well enough so that, in fact, I won't shut the doors. Let's just turn it off. Because we'll try and explore Twyford really quickly and get back and get this before it leaves. There's a good plan. You go one more. One more. One more. There we go. Right. I'll see you later on. Alright, let's explore Twyford. Donkey. Oh, donkey. So why do they walk around there? Must be a spawn point or something. Doesn't look like there's much up this way. Donkey? No, it's a gate. Let's jump over here. Oh, we were going to go for a walk, weren't we? Or try and catch one of these trains that comes through here. Crown. If a train comes, we'll try and catch it. If it doesn't, we'll take that other one back again. No. Something coming in. Oh, it's a non-stopper though. It's an HST. Can't even go over there. No, it's all fenced off. You're not allowed. Not allowed. Can you go over there this way? I bet you can go to the far platform, but not that one. Yep. Crown. No donkey there.
Western Railway service to Reading, calling at Twyford and Reading.
Oh, here comes something on the other track.
0658. Great Western Railway service to...
No. Is it this track? Is it coming in here? No, it's coming in here. That's where the driver pulls up an emergency brake and refuses to move anywhere, and you hear, there will be delays on the Great Western Main Line today. We're about to answer the question. That's got a red signal. I've got time to lock the doors on mine, don't I? Let's go lock the doors so it can leave with the next AI, otherwise it'll get stuck. Ah. It's got a green signal yet? Yes, better get in. So much for locking the doors, who cares? Hello, hello, ticket inspector, hello. Where did all those people come from? There's no empty seats. I'll have to sit in a luggage rack. Do the doors dundies work? No. There's no bloody free seats at all anywhere. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's why. It hasn't got a window. No, we need one with a window so we can see. You can have yours, okay? Is that alright? Yeah? You're blocking the aisle, you know. Let's go, train. Hectic Jojo said with the PS sales on right now, it means more for Mother DLC. Hectic Jojo says there's only your train on the branch at one time. Yes, because it's a single track. Bob says if no pace, they're not used to running these lines. 205 thumpers. Sounds like we're leaving. We're going to get an answer to the question in a minute. Bob says 117s and possibly even the 210s when they were running. Gab says Twyford, the crazy place for twits. Or twats, depending on how you can see it. Hectic Jojo, how do you hop between the individual branches? Yes, you can. You can fast travel between the branches, should you wish. I'll show you that. Then you won't have an added tax to pay when you take them back. No. Lord Vectron says revenue below the threshold. Azza says, I wish DTG could create merge packs so that we can merge our DLC together. Well, they'd catch fire on consoles. I think I can already see the end of the world coming, so I think we know the answer. Here's a little HST. Andy says, Lord Vectron here, if I brought something like that in from abroad, they'd likely charge you an import tax when you got to the airport. Coming into the UK? Do you know, I've never even seen a tax... Look at those, all spiky. I've never even seen a tax person coming into the UK. Look, the tracks just end up there. They just die. Whee! Oh, it's kind of there. It does go through, but then it ends. Well, I think we're about to know the answer. And the answer is no. Hello, Chris Martin. Full power into the cliff. Boop. There you go. There's the answer to the question. So we will route hop. Let's go back here, because the train's still there. Oh, no. No. Damn it. Right. Thinks I'm on a train. Thrill Seeker. I've only just joined, so I don't know anyone's ever mentioned it, but why does the lighting look so off? Because it's Train Sim World. Chocky Transport, hello. Hectic Jojo says those HSTs are going pretty slow. Yes, they are. It's got no track. Andy says, oh, Bob says, thanks, bud. Barely know anything about stock in the southeast. Azza says, potentially for UE5 or PC it would work, but DTG doesn't like to leave consoles behind, which is fair. Well, consoles are being left behind, so that's okay. Let's go on. We'll do the Marlow branch. And then we'll try one of these rail tour thingies. So let's do one of the ones that goes the whole way on the Marlow. We want to go all the way to Marlow. Let's just search for Marlow. Maybe with one M, that might be better. And we want Maidenhead too. No, we want to go to Marlow. Maidenhead to Marlow. There we go. And dynamic weather. Why not? Let's go. As it says, TSW 8, potentially whatever the new series could be. I think 8 would be a relatively viable kind of time frame to actually get to UE5, I would think. But, you know, I'm not saying that it's happening or anything. Ooh, he's got a flasher Mac. Nice, buddy. All right, let's go get our token. Because we are loading passengers. Let's come up here. You don't have to do this, but, you know, why wouldn't you? You grab yourself a little oaken and grab it out, yank it out, put it in your pocket, tell the signaller, shut the door, run back to your train. You're now late. Actually, we're not. We're doing okay still. In the chair. Probably should have put DRA on for that, but, you know... No, I'm back in that one. Let's do these things. And this one. Open the window. The old mate's going to throw hands in a second. She's doing the moonwalk. Very good. So, Kojak. What kind of polish do you use? Nugget? Probably. Yeah? Yeah, I thought so. 30 seconds to go. Calamera, hello to you. Danny Sprint, hello. Gav says, lol. Chocky Transport, what does the in-game map look like with all the branches? It looks like a map with all the branches. See? Like that. I'm looking at someone's name. But we're going to do this one. It's almost time. Almost time. Mr. Quicko, hello. Benjamin says, because Todd 4. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Quicko says, I'm going to see how the Marlow branch today in real life. Well, here you go. You get a preview. You'll know exactly what it looks like. Or what Johannes thinks it looks like anyway. Off we go then. There are some services that start from the siding and you can take the train into the other platform over there and drive out. Let's get out of here. You ready, Kojak? Good lad. Off we go to Furs Plat, which sounds like something else from a porn movie, but that's okay. Danny Sprint says, does the timetable coincide with the one on the Great Western Express remaster? That's an interesting question. I don't know. Because the reason I don't know is I haven't looked. But the other reason I don't know is because there's no trains going to these branches on the Great Western Express remaster. So I don't know. Calamara says Gen 8 is getting left behind and I ain't surprised. Yes, it's dead. Gen 8's dead, mate. Hectic Jojo says 47 people watching the stream. If you're enjoying it, don't forget to drop a like. Otherwise, Thomas the Tank will haunt your TSW install for 7 years. You heard the man. You scared a few off, though, I think. Or I did. This is a Nugget joke, wasn't it? Oh well. Nugget is a boot polish, just saying. I don't know if the UK people have Nugget, but we do. Chocky says, where was the whistle board on the Great Western Express? Dunno. Benjamin says, did the signal say, is that a token in your pocket or you're just pleased to see me? Oh, Benjamin. Incredible Train Simulation. Hello to you. Welcome along. This be yours then. We should do an interview about this thing at some stage. That would be good fun. I'm guessing you're on Discord. Andy Ladd says, in fairness, Gen 8 should have been left behind a good few years ago. I do think so. I do think so. V Paviti, hello there. Calamera is picking it up tomorrow. Very good. And Andy says, believe he's tried to make the match up. Well, he's here now. He can tell us. Do the timetables on here match up with the ones on the Great Western Express remaster? What are all those people doing? Uh-oh, someone's got a Temu delivery. Where do we put this? Yep. Mr. Quicko says, hello, Stems. Ian Bradley said, earlier converso about brekkie. I've just ordered a large English breakfast. 3 bacon, Cumberland sausages, eggs, hash browns, beans, tomatoes, toast, no black pudding, bacon, sarnie, and sausage bun. That's a nice combination, but I would have had the black pudding. It's part of the deal. Hectic says there are a few that run from Paddington to Maidenhead, Slough, and to Wyford. Popular question, Johannes, has been, is there ever any chance of the rest of the main line joining us so that you can drive between the branches? I'm running on a PC, Johannes. We're not allowed on consoles until it releases. So probably maybe Wednesday I'll do some more on the Xbox X, but tonight is a PC. Calamera says, I do think Gen 8 should be dropped for TSW 7. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if TSW 7's even a thing. I mean, I've speculated non-stop that it's a thing, but, you know, we don't actually know. Oh, I didn't whistle. Naughty. He's a naughty boy. He's not the Messiah, he's just a very naughty boy. Furs Plat, ladies and gentlemen. The doors will open on the left. Behind the yellow line. See, these people are really good. They're all behind the yellow line, just not that one. Alrighty. Gav says there's a scam box of Temu that, yes, fake IDs, or IDs. Mr. Quicko says, good to see the 10 mile an hour on approach to Furs Plat. I had to look up the rules for these branches because there's some stuff that I just thought, that's really weird. But in fact, in real life, it is just really weird. So, well done, Johannes, for getting the really weird, correctly really weird. Off we go to Cookham, the home of the cookers. Chalky Transit says, why is that a bit of a purple colour? Which bit were we looking at that was purple? I mean, I'm in purple. The cat's purple. Calamera says, going out train spotting soon. Very nice. Mr. Quicko says, First Plat is busier than normal. Benjamin says, who are you calling weird? Oh, we're train fans, mate. Live with it. We're weird. Somewhere down here, Johannes, maybe I've already passed it, but it's a big floating fence. I've dropped some feedback into the Ambassador Discord, so that should make its way to you. With some places, with some weirdnesses. There's some more birdies. As we head off to Cookham. Actually, I've got a question for you. Why does that ramp go off? Is it for that sign? I couldn't find that in the rules. Cookham has good Chinese, apparently. Chalky says the front round windows is like a purple-brown sort of colour. You think on the front of the train? Oh, you mean that? Okay. Says he going too fast. We won't let that worry us too much, because we're stopping for Cookham anyway. Benjamin's going to pick this up at 10 AM on the dot. Gab agrees we're a weird bunch. Hectic Jojo says speed reduction for the level crossing. Yes. Funnily enough, there are level crossings that have proper gates and things that have a 10-mile-an-hour limit. But there are ones that are almost not protected at all from a pedestrian. But they don't have that limit. But that's okay. I did check them out. They are correct. Cookham, 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 Cookham. Calamera says, same for me, I'm picking it up on the dot. Very nice. Chucky says, I'm taking a 170 from Edinburgh to Glasgow. Also very nice. Frame rates, by the way, pretty stable. There's a couple of spots where it drops below that, but nothing much to write home about. The Animator. Hello. Morning, Paul. Just been watching Anthony live stream and saw you are streaming. Definitely doing a Network Southeast 165 livery. Very cool. Hectic Jojo said maybe a visibility thing. Might be. I don't know what colour it's supposed to be, so I can't really comment on it. Is good. Welcome to Cookham. We're just early in the morning, are we? No, we're not. I thought we were. I've never seen him do that before. It's even a proper QWERTY keyboard. Hello, peoples. Well, there you go. That's about all there is to see of Cookham, unless you want to see the old platform, which would have been over here. This might have been a freight platform, though, I suppose. At some point. Where's this Chinese? Down here? Country store. Is that where you buy we'll leave that alone. It's a family show. We've done our whistle for the crossing. The animator says weird has a brown cab trim and not the grey trim on the 166. It is for the level crossings, yes. The animator says 165, that one has a brown cab trim. There you go. Mr. Quicko says yes, down the hill. So it'll be down that way somewhere. Beancraft. Looking for the Chinese. No Chinese. Oh well. Let's get underway and head for Bourne End. Did I put that back in forwards before? I did. Good. Do we have people playing tennis? No tennis. TPWS Productions. There are like no shadows on the entire route in this video. I hadn't really noticed that actually. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's optimization. Johannes is here. What do we think about shadows? See, now someone else has been set off and go, hey, where are the shadows? And well, technically it's after the watershed, so go wild, I say. The animator says, just like British Rail, they have minor differences on their trains and make them a dash something. Well, that's pretty much any operator anywhere in the world, really. We have a 15 coming up, and we must go slowly into Bourne End, or we will be stopped. In fact, if you're watching my tutorial, which should be live by now, you'll discover what happens, because I do it deliberately. We've got the sprinklers going off on the golf course. They're not always running, the sprinklers. They're only there sometimes. Johannes says, I'm investigating the background. Something does look very wrong with your versions. A lot of foliage missing and your shadows too. Well, the build number... Hang on, let me get you the build number so you can tell them. It is build 1053. I hadn't even noticed there were no shadows. There you go. There you go. Now this thing here is not actually a signal. This is a distant for the point indicator. Incredible Trains has never seen it before. There you go. I hadn't noticed either, to be honest. No, I have no custom mini settings at all. No track mods. I do put mods on sometimes, but I take them off before I stream. Especially new stuff. He's a big boot. I hadn't even noticed that there weren't any shadows. That tells you how valuable shadows are to me. I wish you could turn them off all the time. That'd be grouse. We're rolling over the Thames once again. This area is quite nicely detailed around the river. We are going into the left-hand platform. I can go a little bit faster than this, but not much. Mr. Quicko said, I was thinking this did look weird. I think you even said it looked weird before, and I was thinking, dunno. But no shadows would do it, wouldn't they? Hang on, where's the sun? Well, there's your problem. There's no sun. Oh, yes, there is. It's up there. Never mind, I'm an idiot. You do have to be a touch careful coming in here. The D means you're coming into the left-hand platform. Otherwise, I think the other one's a B, which takes you into the right-hand platform. Bit of COVID happening out the back there. A lot of foliage is missing. Well, I should say that the correct way, as discussed with my neighbours the other night. Foliage. We've had a couple of dodgy builds in the preview recently. We had a significantly dodgy one for Cargo Line 6 that got rectified about 5 minutes before I streamed. Now we have to come all the way into the end so we clear the points. Something I was at great pains in my tutorial, if you get stopped, don't open the doors. Wait until you can move again. Chocky says, I want to see how this token works. Well, you're about to see it. We're going to go put it back. Actually, we're going to use it to get the staff first. Oh, no, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Alright, there we go. That'll do fine. Okay, let's get the doors open. And to do that, you're on full service, you are. Master key out. And put this back to tail. See you later, Kojak. Have fun, mate. Now, we've got the token in our pocket, of course. We get our way through the persons. And we'll come wandering up here. So you must obtain the token or staff before proceeding. So we come wandering down here. Already picked up the donkey. And first thing we're going to do... So it's actually already set for Marlow, but just in case it wasn't set for Marlow, I'll show you what to do. Put this in. But it's already set, so you cancel your route. And then wait for a little while. And press for Marlow. Nothing really changed because it already was set for Marlow, so it's fine. Then you can get rid of your token, put it in the box, in the machine. I'd love to hear some clanking going on there, Johannes. And then you've got to take this thing. Now, you don't have to follow the instructions on there, fortunately. You just go, stuff off. Which is funny, because, you know, it's stuff off. But okay. There's our signal. Yellow, good. And let's dive in, finish the change ends process, and get out of here, off to Merlot. Which is like Merlot, but not as drinkable. Let's turn that on, put the master key in, get that to forwards, reset, enable those, headlights. Right, we should better lock the doors and get out of here. So the procedure for the tokens and the staff is not quite exactly right, but it gives you a good flavour of it. And I have to say, I like it. It's been simplified a little bit. I think people would probably go mad following the full procedure that you're supposed to do. So I can appreciate that it's simplified. But if you have a look at the GBBR rules, you'll see that it's quite a complex process. Involving multiple conversations with the signalman. You crawl around the corner and go a touch faster as we head towards Marlow. Hawk says it's a neat feature addition, and the animator says shrubbery sounds better. Well, if there's not enough shrubs, you have to get a shrubber. What was the shrubber's name? There you go. The shrubber did actually have a name in the movie. Come on, stay on 15. That's better. More birdies. And there's a small gratuitous bridge shot here, so we'll take it. With a swan even. Look at that. Look at that. A swan. There's another one. Oops, out of the water. There's another swan. So you have to go slowly for those crossings, but this one that's not protected at all. You just go for it. Chucky and Hectic agree. Definitely neat. Ian says, be right back sorting out my breakfast. What are we having for breakfast, Ian? So far we've had a full English without black pudding. I'll be impressed if someone's got white pudding. Nick Joju says, I'll be interesting to see if the dreaded blurry textures can be avoided on Xbox. I would imagine you wouldn't have an issue with these because they're not very long, so there's not that much going on. So I reckon you'll be fine. Whoops. 10, 10, 10. Oh no. Oh no. I'm being naughty. I assume this 10 here is for people bringing boats across on trailers, bumping their way over. Cancel bot TSW, are your settings on low? Actually, you know, that might be what it is. I did actually do an experiment with settings, didn't I, at one point? It's a good point. Yes, foliage quality's on low. Let's put everything back on ultra. Or high, at least. Ultra, ultra, ultra. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we finally found a route that that stuff actually works for. Ah, there you go. There you go. We have some foliage. There you go, Johannes. Sorted. Hectic Jojo says, no luck catching them swans then. Oh, you don't want to do that. You'd get pummeled to death. Andy Lad had a boring breakfast today. Just some shredded wheat. There you go. Well done, Cancelbot. Shadows off too, were they? Ah, look at that. That'd explain everything. Do you know, this is the only route that obeys those settings. None of the others do. So well done on actually doing it properly, Johannes. No one else has ever bothered. There we go. Investigation complete. I tried those once trying to save memory to help console people out, but no. Hectic Jojo is actually laughing in real life. I'm a legend, yes. Well, there we go, now we've got more foliage. I'll have to redo my tutorial now. It's foliage free. Oh well. We'll keep going to Marlow. What does that do to the frame rate? Bugger all. 4 FPS. We get all this extra foliage. And shadows. There you go. Ian says, large foolish English breakfast as mentioned earlier in chat, effectively 3 of everything. Grand. Very grand indeed. The animator says definitely will do a Paddington scenario in the 90s for the HST in Intercity and 186 in NSE before privatisation. That'll be cool. Chocky Transport says the brown dash looks better too, but it's still purple. Just gently start slowing down for the 25 coming into Marlow. You're relieved now, Johannes. Sorry to give you a heart attack, mate. I apologise. Hector says that was properly good. Shenanigans achieved. That's a good way to show off a new route. No shadows. Ooh, fly tipping. You had a snort, Hectic Jojo, but did you have a snot bubble? Because if you're laughing properly, there should be a snot bubble. Purplish brownish, you reckon, the animator. Andy Ladd says, Paul giving Johannes a heart attack thinking something was screwed up with the build. Yep. That's basically it. I think I'll have to ship the guy a defibrillator.
We are now approaching Monolith, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew,
I like the open doors that you see here and there.
Western Railway,
There's some up there at the top of those stairs.
safe and pleasant onward journey.
Now, this 25 gives you a very false sense of security on the way into Marlow. Samantha says, dumping thousands of flies out the back of a lorry. Yes. Chucky says, all my complaints have been resolved by fixing the settings. Well, there you go. I'm impressed that someone actually used the settings, because this is literally the only route I've encountered where they make any difference at all. I'd forgotten that I'd done that because it didn't make any difference. Let me just gently roll into Marlow here. Chocky says, yeah, it does look incredible. Well, there you go. It's meant to. Yeah, I'll have to run all the routes again, Andy Ladd. You're right. Hectic Jojo's laughed so hard he's actually peed himself now. It's going to take such a long time to do that too. So we'll have to run this one back again, so we'll return to free roam, we'll drive this one back. Because you're going to want to see the other end of this branch now. In fact, so am I. I'm going to want to see it too. Alright, braking 3. Doors open. Set up to go out the other end. Nope, no offsider. Must be at the other end already. Just quietly slip through amongst the great wall of breasts. You already moved, Kojak. Jeez, you're fast. Alrighty, master key. Oh, we've already driven this end, haven't we? It's all still turned on. Okay, good. That'll be the end of the service. We'll return to free roam and take it on and set it up again. Right. Continue. Return to free roam. Unlock the doors. Make up your mind. And it remembered all my settings. Lovely. Very nice. As we prepare to depart from the Marlow, but it'll be a little while, so let's hop it back into Neutralis and let's wander out. Excuse me, Kojak. Let's go and find some stuff. Bit of a crown. Oh. I think there's been vandals there. We are searching for a donkey. Donkey! Where are you, donkey? No donkey. Oh, I can't go in. Sounds like we're walking on grass. Route map. I think we're supposed to come and find a pub round here somewhere. Oh, I see it. There it is. Here's another crown. And no doubt there's a donkey out the front of the pub. Donkey! Well, there you go. Look at that, Andy. Giving everybody a warm welcome. Live sports. I bet they didn't want to play the soccer because they knew they'd get trashed. No hot ashes. Back we go, because apparently it's time to take this train out of here. We've only got 3 minutes to get to the other end. Ooh, got another route map. Oh, there's another one. Wait! Wait! Who's taking my train? Who's took me train? There's no one here. Oh. My train got stolen. Fine. You drive it then, invisible driver. Now, you might want to be in forwards, you donkey. Yep. My train got stolen by an invisible driver. What's going on there? Sorry. Will Thomas be on this route? Not yet. Could happen. Hectic Jojo said one thing's missing from the timetable. You should look at adding Thomas the Tank Engine rail tour layers on your routes for the fun. If you own Thomas the Tank Engine, you get fun. If you don't, you never know anyway. And some unique collectibles. Truckie's happy. Donkey outside the pub on its ass. Yes, it's had a bit much of a drink. Andy says, I'm not giving anyone a warm welcome. I'm too grumpy to do that. The animator says, did England lose? Oh, I'm sorry to be the person who tells you. Yes. Oh. Did the AI just answer AWS and DSD? What? What? Oh, I've never seen an AI driver do that before. Interesting. Maybe they are in the other cab going backwards. It'd be interesting. Let's go look. Well, there's no people. Where did the people go? There were people on here before. Nah. Even Kojak's buggered off. Ghost train. We're all by ourselves on a runaway train. Better sit down then. Make ourselves comfortable while we still can. I'm not doing that. I did not know that you could turn on the safety systems and have the driver handle them. I can't wait to try that with PZB. It's too quiet. I almost opened the door. I did. Oops. Hectic Jojo says, zoink, Scooby. Scooby snacks. Should I blow the whistle or does it have to? Go on, blow the whistle. Oh. It even blows the whistle. Hey, that distance marker was in binary. I've been done out of a job. The animator says, ain't surprised England lost. I knew it was inevitable. Argentina. Andy Lads was glad it was Spain won last night, though. I'm kind of sad about that, to be honest, because I've got quite a few Argentinian friends, and I haven't talked to them today because they're probably all very sad.
No.
What?
No.
What?
The Argentinian players acted like absolute children. And no. Just no. If Argentina had won today, it would have been a travesty. Just no.
I hear some violent opinion behind me. Spot the footy fan. Ooh, boats. We're little boats in the grass back there. Hectic Jojo says, Swung Brim song, that'll be the outcome. A lot of angry train yelling. What if we'll be able to steal it back here? Otherwise I'll just sit here. I have been put out of a job, and yes, my wife has spoken. You are correct. She's the football fanatic in the house, I have to admit. Andy agrees with you. Ian says hello, and he agrees with you too. I've been ganged up on. I like the check rail. I'd go outside and show you, but I can't. Alright, rolling back into Bourne End. I'm not sure if I'll be able to change the staff and stuff. Because, you know, I'm not driving, so I wouldn't have it anymore. How fast is it coming in? Oh, look at that, 12, and it didn't get stopped. Oh. Mr. Quicko says this is looking much better now. Excellent. Glad you're happy. Well, what did you put it in? Full service? Good. I can probably have it now, can't I? I better race off and put the stuff back and get a token. Actually, let me take over the train again. No, my train. My train. Alright. Now we have to go get a token. Now, if I'd driven here, I would assume I'd still have the staff, but it appears to be here, so that's fine. Let's get a token. Tell our signaller mate, and get back out here before the train gets stolen again. That was pretty funny, you know. Headlights, and away we go. The door's closed. I think so. I think the AI guy closed them. Yeah, looks like it. The brake's coming off. Well, now we get to drive. Yay! Ian says at least Spain won by the foot of God, not the hand of man. Did I put it in forwards? Oh, it's twice I've fallen for that tonight. That sounds more promising. Gav says it's Spain's train. Feels like I still don't have drive. I think the AI shenanigans might have buggered it. No doors that side. No doors that side. I do think that the shenanigans with the AI have done something bad to the train. Let me just pop up the other end and see what it's set for. I've got people now. A few of them anyway. Off that. That's... Master key is locked. Not that that should matter. What if I've got DRA on? No, DRA's not on. What about this end? Is DRA on? Shouldn't matter at this end if DRA's on. That's actually kind of normal. No, it's off anyway. When all else fails, reboot the train. Let's try. You're going to work now. All right then. We're out of here. Excellent. Danny Sprint says the route reminds me a bit of the branches in British Rail. I guess the river will look better now too, won't it? It does. Look at that. Off we go to Cookham for the second time. Danny Sprint says reminds me a bit of the branches in the British Rail game in Roblox. If you don't know what I'm talking about. No, I do. I do know what you're talking about. I've even played it on Richie's server, I believe. Hectic Jojo says, I like it. The token of staff, it's interesting. Not sure how much I'll use that, but the route seems fun. I do think the staff is actually always there. Even if you've taken it, you drive to Marlow and come back, you should be able to put it back in there, but I don't think it remembers between services. Which would be a big ask to remember across service boundaries. I did break it. And throw Chocky under the engine. Well, that's not very nice. Poor Chocky. Poor Chocky. I thought I wasn't going to stream that long tonight, but, you know, we are. So there. As we make our way back towards Cookham up the large gradient here. And the bridge with no buttresses. Because it doesn't need them. The animator says technical gremlins with the 30-year-old train. Well, it would happen occasionally. Do a Marlow born end service and check when you get back. Yeah, I don't think it remembers it across service boundaries. I think if you built a scenario that did the change ends, you could do that, but across service boundaries it would be difficult. Although I suppose you could model it that the guy had the staff and he's giving it back when you get to Cookham. And I'm going too fast. We'll pretend that's okay. In fact, it is okay. It's fine. Look at that. There's Mr. Laptop Boy back there. Quicko says they're between 34 and 36 years old. Hectic Jojo says, I don't need no buttresses, that brodge. Well, you don't. It's a decommissioned bridge. You don't need them. Alright, doors open.
Cookham. Do not try to board or leave the train when the doors are closing. This is a Great Western Railway service to Maidenhead. The next station is First Platte.
Do you know, there's just so many jokes you could make about Maidenhead. So many. Off we go to Ferry Platts. And the 165 behaving itself this time with its 36-year-old transmission. Chocky says, Hectic Jojo, this 170 is really loving E2G. That's good. So the default Android keyboard sucks. SwiftKey was better, but also sucked your data, so... Ian says, laptop guy, DTG, TWS spy. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Mr. Quicko says, wonder what rubbish will eventually replace these. It is often sad that a train that's old and hated will be remembered fondly when whatever replaces it comes in and doesn't work properly for 2 years. Because that's always the way. It doesn't matter how much you test them. When they go live, they fall apart. More birdies. More sneezes happening out the back there. Hectic Jojo says GWR could always slap a 158 on here. They probably could. They would fit in quite well. We have a lot more foliage now, look at that. This is about the point that we discovered I was an idiot. Yep. Gav says it's Johannes modelling and patching the route on the laptop. I don't know that I'd want to work on a route editor on a laptop, really. Chocky Transport says, I won't fondly remember this, it's a networker. They do have a unique odour, the networker. Unique. Hectic Jojo says the 380 pattern, or did you find a 158 pattern? You want a 150? A 150 would go nicely down here, actually. What about a 153 in GWR livery? That would be good. The animator says could be worse. Could have been run with a class 150. Hectic Jojo says, Clocky is clearly not feeling well. They're dissing their favourite train. Welcome to Furry Platz, once again. Home of the 70s. And here's me forgetting to go to the end. So they don't get in the door they're right outside of, they go up there. Train sim world people, eh? Mr. Quicko says, don't think of it happening, not at Reading Depot. We have Odour the Train. Be a good aftershave, wouldn't it? Chucky says 153 custom liveries don't work in Scenario Planner. Gab says Furs Platz, home of the furries. Explains the cameras. Hectic Jojo says not the GWR 387 on off the rails. Might try a 484 up these lines with Scenario Magic because the 230 does the Greenford branch in real life. I've just seen the 387 suggestion. There you go. Full bananas, heading back to Maidenhead. Then which should we do? Which one do you want to see next? And the frame rate that we dropped 5 FPS for the foliage appears to have gone back up to normal. The AWS isn't for the green light, it is for the speed. The animator says Class 230 would fit just right on this branch line, but again, staying in Greenford. Marlow needs a SD70 ACE is what it needs. We can do a 37.5, why not? They're a round trip. There's a lot more foliage. There's an incredible amount more foliage. It's everywhere.
We are now approaching Maidenhead, where this train terminates. Please take all your belongings with you.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform, and take care when stepping down from the train.
On behalf of the on-train crew, thank you for travelling with Great Western Railway. We wish you a safe and pleasant onward journey.
Alright, next up we'll do a rail tour. We might as well do the Windsor Castle one first. Wonder how it's even going to fit in there. Hectic Jojo says, is this set in the 80s? I thought it was modern. There's a lot of bush. Chocky says the speed limit feels a lot more justified with this foliage. Don't forget those settings are pretty much what you're going to see on the Xbox S, I guess. That'll be the end of this platform, or the end of this run, and we'll take the 37.5 on a couple of rail tours. Why not? I reckon I can probably remember how to drive a 37.5. Surely. I think the doors still work when it's turned off. Just to hope they do. Right. Rail tour time. Train crew is a ghost minus the trolley service. Hectic says if we get more sliders for those settings on console, maybe it might solve some of our performance issues. I think most of them are set to low on console as it is. This, I believe, is the West Cornwall local 37, I think. Just jump out of here, jump into there. Yep, West Cornwall local. So we'll do the Twyford one. Twyford? It's going to take a long time, isn't it? Bah, nice long. Okay. Ah, we'll leave dynamic weather on. Why not? How bad could it get? No trolley service on this branch line. Hectic Jojo says, could a console build use those settings or at locked out? I believe it's locked out. Ooh, it's nighttime. It's nighttime. Do you remember how to drive a 37 in the dark? Hello? Yep. Forwards. Let's apply the independent. Release the train brake. Very good. It's actually all working. Nice. And should have opened the doors, shouldn't I? Where's the DSD switch on this one? I know it's got one. Should open the doors. Oh no, we're not opening the doors. We're just stopping at Henley. Okay. Any clag? No. We have wheel slip. Is there something I've forgotten to do? I don't think so. Have I forgotten something? What if it's a different kind of brakes? Hang on a tick. Let's just put that back to off. Put the independent brake on. Is there a brake selector in here? Batteries. Is there a brake selector in the other end, maybe? Not sure what brakes they'd want. No, it's neither of those. Batteries. Air brake goods. Let's try vacuum, see what that does. See if it makes any difference. There you go. Wants to be on vacuum brakes. Yeah, I've got an offsider. As we head to Henley. It's a red for the other one, I assume, or is that a red for me? No, it must be the other one, surely. Couldn't be me. It's on the wrong side. It's a good rail tour at 10 to 4 in the morning. Who wouldn't ride it? Oh, now I know how we're going to get out of the branch. There's another one. Full howl on the 37. No, it's probably not right for 4 AM for summer. Incredible Simulation said these are the WSR Mark 1s. Ian says I'm now satisfyingly full. Large English breakfast, bacon sandwich, and half a sausage sandwich. Other half given to the pooch. Next thing, coffee. That sounds like a successful breakfast, Ian. let the turbo wind down and cool off. Kenjitsuka says, why is the cab so dirty? Because it's old, mate. This is what trains look like. Even clean ones look like this. Andy Ladd said it would be full of posh toffs heading to the Henley Regatta. It's probably what this is for. Greta's waving and happy. Hi, Greta.
How dare you?
We love you too, mate. It's all right. Lots of people out to watch our passing. Lots of rail fans. Andy says, geez, if I ate that much, I'd be asleep for a week afterwards. I should probably be doing 10 across this bridge, shouldn't I? But never mind. It's okay. We'll pretend we're a DMU. We have a TSR. People have dirty hands all over the cab. That's it exactly. Well, we're obeying the TSR, so it's all good. And the white contraption, this thing here, this is the windscreen wiper, mate. See? It's for wiping the windows. Whoop, 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 whoop. But you can make it run normally, of course. Gratuitous bridge shot with more foliage. More foliage than you can pick a stick at. Like, there's so much foliage I couldn't find the bloody water. Where is it? There's water here somewhere. There it is. After the train's gone, of course. You'd wake everybody up at that time in the morning, wouldn't you? Surely. Ian says, Andy, I'm a good eater with having hollow legs. Excellent. That's where my driver's muscle came from. And Gav says it's a big DMU. Well, it is a diesel multiple unit. There's two of them. Ian said it must have Ian. And you like the wiper, says Kinjitsuka. Why is this going to run for 48 minutes if we got a 3-year turnaround at the other end or something? Sunlight coming up on the river to our side there. Looks quite nice. Check the schedule, says Chocky. There's a good plan. Stop at location at Twyford at 4:26. I don't think it's going to take that long somehow. I don't really see it taking that long to get to it. But anyway, we go out and we come back. Gab says it must be a UK 48-minute wait for lazy people. Pretty sure that wheel slip light's on, but you know, this is fun. pretty nice out here at this time of the morning. Gotta wake these people up. Kenjitsuka, next question, what's the dartboard-like thing that is the AWS? It's called the Sunflower. But I kind of like the dartboard-like thing, I guess. Uh-oh. We're about to get whacked by TPWS here. Or not. Maybe that only works with the DMUs. She'll stop, I have confidence. Do you have confidence? I have confidence. Just wind your handbrake on a bit, would you? Ah, it'll be fine, see? But we're not there yet. This is how you welcome yourself to a village. Four AM wake up call. Incredible Train says it has a long wait at the endpoints. That's okay, we'll abandon it and swap to one of the others. That'll be fine. It does sound a bit like a tractor, you're right. Ian Bradley says, also watching the change of UK PM, goodbye to two-tier Kia, hello to two-tier Burnham. It can be a bit like that with politics, can't it? We'll let all the rail fans out, and then we'll go and run the other one. So we won't sit here and wait for the long wait. So let's pop out of here and we will go to the timetable again and pick the other one that does Windsor. That sounds like fun. Let's see what the castle looks like with trees. Could make a difference. Weirdly, we're not going to Windsor Castle in our time in the UK. It's one of the only ones we're not going to. We've got lots of others. Maidenhead, Twyford. Oh, there isn't. Oh, yep, yes, there is. Slough to Slough via Windsor. And dynamic weather again. Why not? We'll chance it. Ian said it would be funny if it wasn't so serious. Yes, politics in the world today is just a little bit sigh. Even the people's parties are for the rich people, not for anybody else. All right, let's get set up. Master key. Reverser. We're going to have to go and do the brakes again, aren't we? Or is it this end? Oh, it's at this end this time. Yes. Vacuum brake passenger. Can hear the doobry running. Let's just put our independent on. Did that do both switches? Of course not. Good-o, we have our safety systems on. Are you ready, Offsider? Let's roll. I didn't even check that signal, but clearly it wasn't red. Kenjitsuka wants to know why there's an offside driver. Trains do have them sometimes, you know. Not that uncommon. Ian Bradley says, have I been to Durham Cathedral and Castle? I have not. The only castles I've been to in the UK, one I was tricked into by British Ace, and the other one was Carnarvon, which was at the end of the railway line, so I went, yeah, alright, I'll go there. That's fine. It shouldn't take terribly long to get to Windsor, I don't think. It's only 2 miles. Then I have to debate, do I go and record my tutorial again now that it's got foliage? But I suppose the objective was to teach people the safe working systems and the 165s. It probably doesn't matter. I'll keep telling myself that. Alright, we can accelerate as we make our way towards Windsor and Eton Central. With the Clag Monkey. I can see I'll get that question a lot about the brake setup, won't I? So remember, vacuum brakes passenger before you try and drive. It's a bit quiet, isn't it? That's better. It's summer after all. Kenjitsuka says, unless there's train robbers in the foliage, it'll be fine. Could happen. Could happen. There was a tree in the cab then. And I just missed a gratuitous bridge shot with water. Oh no! I look so happy, Cat. Look at the viaduct drawing itself. Ian says, I've never been to Durham Castle. I didn't want to pay for entry. The cathedral is awesome in itself and free. Oh, cool. Are we down to 35? No, but it'll be fine. We should probably start slowing down for the entry to the station though, or it's going to get a little bit messy. Waking up the sleepy royals as we approach. And he says, it's like going to be a fairly common question about the brakes. Why can't it just set correctly from the start? I don't know. Surely can't be that hard to code correctly. Probably not really. It's probably an oversight, I would think. CC braking way too hard. We'll just leave that doing its thing and go and investigate the Swan. Ah. Oh, let me down there. I think I got hit by a truck. I'll just have to do it this way. I think we started here. Disruption on the line. Yeah, I'm driving. Just roll the rest of the way in. Hectic Jojo says, doesn't the West Coast Mainline 37 just misbehave in general? West Coast local one's alright. Andy Ladd, game was determined, didn't want you taking that picture. It did too. Hectic says it's a pitter on the Goblin. Seemed necessary. Those phone boxes so big. They're enormous. This is always my non-favourite pastime, driving a train into a dead-end platform. But we are going to have to put some throttle on, or we're not getting in. Bonk. Excellent. The big bonk. Will the people's leaving? No, I don't think I really want to sit here and wait forever before it's allowed to leave, because it's going to leave at 5:15, so we're not going to sit around doing that. Is there anything else people want to see before we sign this one off? So we've seen all the routes with proper foliage now. Could recreate the Beatles scene up here. And over on the river there are boots. Mini boots. Some of them move. I think that house might be fluting. It might just be a little bit fluty, that house. This looks nice in the morning sun. And there's a bloke in his little boot. Did he give me a hand gesture on the way past? Go on, run into the wall, see if I care. Oh no, he's turning. Are there tracks under the water? That's what we need to know. I can't get in there. Damn it. I need to know if there's tracks under the water. Because the other place that we've seen boats moving, I can't remember which route it was, but you could go under the water and see the tracks. Actually drew them. Alright, so people want to see about Scenario Planner. Hectic says, I like this one. Not great deal of real playability, but there seems to be a good deal of shenanigans and fun to be had. Indeed. It's good scenario planner pass. There's extra fun there too. Let's have a look at the scenario planner pass. Did I grow up watching The Simpsons? The Simpsons. Yeah, probably. That house is clearly full of hot air. This is releasing tomorrow evening for consoles. Yes. Australian evening, yes. Midway Valley. Let's have a look at Creators Club, Scenario Planner, Thames Valley, Create New, Test. Test Thames Valley, I suppose. 12 o'clock will be fine, who cares? Add a service. A. Confirm. And path list. And a new path. So there's Born In both platforms. You can start at Cookham. You can start at First Plat. It does pretty much look like you can start anywhere, really. That's pretty good. Yeah, it looks like all the stations you can start at. That's nice. All right, let's start at Marlow. And go to Born End. All right, so you can only go to Born End for one of those. And if you start at Born End, that's because you have to do the turnaround. So if we start at Maidenhead, where can you go? You can go into the other platform. Or Born End Platform 2 or Born End Platform 1. Fair enough. What about if we do Henley? That should go to Twyford. It does, and you can go into either platform, so that's good. And if we go to where it is, where is it? Windsor and Eton Central. You should only be able to go to Slough, which is no great surprise, and you can. Yeah, so the paths are good. Good paths. Alrighty, I think we'll back out of there. We'll probably leave it here for tonight, because even though I didn't sleep so badly last night, I am rooted after last week. It was a challenging week. Anyway, enjoy yourselves, folks, and we shall see you later. Have fun with this when it comes out, and for those of you who pick it up. If you don't pick it up, I'll probably stream it again on the Xbox on Wednesday night, probably, for people that want to see it on console. And we shall see you later. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for all the chat, folks, and yeah, enjoy. See you later. Bye.